দর্শক আমন্ত্রণ আরটিভি নিয়মিত আলোচনা অনুষ্ঠান ফোর্থরাইটে আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি সৈয়দ আশিক রহমান। এই অনুষ্ঠানে আমরা কথা বলি বিভিন্ন সেক্টরের বিশেষজ্ঞদের সাথে যারা বাংলাদেশে কাজের অভিজ্ঞতা, উদ্দেশ্য এবং ভবিষ্যৎ পরিকল্পনা নিয়ে আলোচনা করেন। আমাদের আজকের অতিথি বাংলাদেশে সফররত যুক্তরাজ্য সরকারের শিক্ষা ও সংস্কৃতি বিষয়ক আন্তর্জাতিক সংস্থা ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিলের এশিয়া অঞ্চলের উপপরিচালক মিস্টার রবিন রিকার্ড এবং বাংলাদেশ সরকারের ন্যাশনাল স্কিলস ডেভেলপমেন্ট কাউন্সিলের প্রধান নির্বাহী কর্মকর্তা ও অতিরিক্ত সচিব মিস্টার ABM Khorshed Alam. Very welcome Mr. Robin and Mr. Khorshed Alam at RTV studio.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Robin, is this your first visit in Bangladesh?
It's my very first visit. I'm delighted to be here.
How do you find it here?
Very good, very welcoming. The stories I heard about Bangladeshi people being very friendly from the moment I landed, that seemed to be true. So I'm delighted to be in Dhaka.
Well, very good to know. Would you please tell us on the history, purpose and major activities of the British Council in Bangladesh?
So the British Council was founded in 1934 and is the UK's international organisation for culture and education. We're a cultural relations organisation, which means we build friendly knowledge and understanding between the people of the UK and the people of other countries. So we've been in Bangladesh since 1951.
1951.
That's right. So I'm delighted to say it's a very long relationship.
Long relationships.
And one that has grown a lot over those years in many ways. We have education programs, arts programs, and a lot of exchange between people in Bangladesh and people in the UK.
Then what is the specific role is playing the British Council in Bangladesh?
Well, our organisation works in four main areas. English.
Four main areas.
That's right. English language.
English language.
The arts.
Arts.
Education.
Education.
And civil society program.
What kind of civil society program?
Programs with young people, helping them take a more active part in their country and in their society, in their communities. Programs with women and girls to helping them establish their role in society.
Well,
now across the 110 countries that the British Council works, we do these programs, and I'm delighted to say that in Bangladesh we're very vibrant. All of them are delivered here. So this is one of the most important countries for the British Council.
Happy to know. Especially the women's and girls' rights. What special activities you are doing?
So one of the programs is about ensuring and supporting girls to have education, because as you'll be aware, that's not always the case for girls in Bangladeshi society.
Well,
but also to make sure through our professional development programs that teachers are able to deliver an education to girls that helps them grow in confidence.
Well, Mr. Robin, I will come to you again. Well, Mr. Khorshed Alam, would you tell us on NSDC?
Actually, NSDC, relatively new organization. That means National Skill Development Council.
Well,
the council is headed by our very dynamic Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And
Prime Minister.
Yeah, and the councils have a secretariat. I'm actually working as a Chief Executive Officer of the Secretariat. Our prime duty.
So you are the key person.
Our prime duty is to coordinate 22 ministries' technical education and skill training activities. So it is not with one particular ministry. We are working with Ministry of Education. We are working with Ministry of Youth Development.
Well,
we are working with Ministry of Children and Women Affairs. We are working with Social Affairs Ministry, and all the ministries, those who have any sort of technical training,
well,
we are just coordinating to bringing them in together for actually developing the skill curriculum for the present day's requirement. And we are not only looking after the domestic issues, we are also thinking about the global requirement, because a lot of our people working abroad.
You are talking about the curriculum. How does NSBC relate with British Council?
What we did in the National Skill Development Policy, that industry must play active role in the curriculum development process. So at present we have 12 industry skill council in 12 different sectors. For example, RMG and Textile Industry Skill Council.
RMG and
Textile Industry Skill Council, this a cluster.
Well,
So all the associations related with this sector are a part of RMG and Textile Industry Skill Council. They will actually give us the requirement that these type of skills we need. So from there,
they're giving the requirement.
yeah, from them,
As per their requirement, you are
yeah, that then our expert and their experts sit together and develop the standard, and on the basis of that standard, we develop the total.
then what is the role of British Council?
Okay, now British Council in Britain, they have, we call it Industry Skill Council, and they have Sector Skill Council.
Sector Skill Council.
Yeah, so they are very old. They know even
Experience.
Even some of the Sector Skill Council actually show their performance in a way that they can sustain by themselves. Whereas our Industry Skill Council, we are promoting them, we are supporting them to be developed. So here, British Council can play a very big role. Because without the Industry Skill Council, without involving the industry, we cannot actually deliver the market demand based product.
How we may beneficiary through your special Sector Skill Council?
So you have to look at how does industry talk to the education sector? Well, there's various ways of doing that. One is, as was mentioned, to get industry to articulate its needs. These are the skills that we need. Hard technical skills, but also soft skills as well. Secondly, what about the curriculum that's taught in universities, colleges and schools? To help the teachers actually deliver a curriculum that when the young people go to work, the employers will say, this is, you're trained, you're knowledgeable about things that are real in the workplace. We don't have to retrain you again. So these are the points at which conversation between industry and education really makes a difference and makes young people employable. This is a global issue. The UK has got experience. Bangladesh is very interested in this for its future.
Education is one of the priority areas of Bangladesh government. What does the British Council do to address the issues of quality education for the next generation?
So in terms of quality assurance, there are different ways of looking at that.
Well,
what's the quality of the learning experience? What happens in the classroom? How relevant is it to the world of work? But also the standards. How do Bangladeshi teachers and employers know that what is being taught and what is being learnt by the young people is not just okay, but is recognised internationally and benchmarked as a good international standard? That's the quality issue that we as the British Council are helping our partners in Bangladesh, NSDC and others to explore. We were delighted that our conference in the last 2 days, so many business people came. It shows a real interest on behalf of employers to get this right.
Well, Mr. Khorshed, would you please add some?
Actually, without involving the business people, industry, because they are the employer, they must say what type of people, skilled people they need. And they may help us in a curriculum development process. Then it is our duty to our academician to deliver that curriculum.
Well,
how effectively we deliver that curriculum, it needs an assessment. So country is going to have a independent assessment involving these industry people. So industry people will assess that whether their developed curriculum we delivered accurately. And another area industry can facilitate that the apprenticeship system. We know actually our students want to know the real life situations before they enter in the formal job. So if they get some apprenticeship program under some apprenticeship program for 3 months or 6 months or even 1 year, they can actually know the industry. And industry also know these people, about these people, they can gradually employ them. Another area we need, as Robin mentioned, that the skill need or skill requirement, we need to look at the future. Because if I want to develop a skilled people, we need some time. So if we cannot focus 5 years ahead or 10 years ahead for the country's requirement on the basis of our economic growth, on the basis of our industrialization trend, we cannot actually support the industry in a proper time with proper people to do the job. So that's why we need industry's active participation in this education and skill sector, because without them we cannot actually focus what type of industry they are bringing to Bangladesh.
Exactly.
And what type of skill actually they need.
Well, Mr. Alam and Mr. Robin will talk more after a short break.
Okay.
দর্শক দেখছেন RTV নিয়মিত আলোচনা অনুষ্ঠান ফোর্থরাইট। এই পর্যায়ে নিচ্ছি বিরতি, ফিরছি একটু পরেই, সে পর্যন্ত আমাদের সাথেই থাকুন। দর্শক আবারও আমন্ত্রণ ফোর্থরাইট অনুষ্ঠানে। আজকে কথা বলছিলাম বাংলাদেশ সফররত যুক্তরাজ্য সরকারি শিক্ষা ও সংস্কৃত বিষয়ক আন্তর্জাতিক সংস্থা ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিলের এশিয়া অঞ্চলের উপপরিচালক মিস্টার রবিন রিকার্ড এবং বাংলাদেশ সরকারের অতিরিক্ত সচিব মিস্টার ABM খোরশেদ আলমের সঙ্গে। ওয়েলকাম মিস্টার রবিন and Mr. Khorshed Alam again at our TV studio. Well, Mr. Robin, as you were talking on current symposium, what are some of the key themes addressed in the symposium?
So the symposium has been called Access Points and Progression Pathways, Routes to Employability, Education and Skills. So in the title, you can see that the main theme of the conference, which has 130 people, many business people, ministries of education, the ministries of employment and labour, discussing alternatives for young people to get into the world of work and secure a good future. Now, there are alternatives. Some young people will pursue academic schooling, go to university, but others won't. Others will pursue vocational training. So there are different ways in which people enter the world of work. We've been recognising this, exploring which ones are most effective here in Bangladesh, and talking about the quality of them. Not just that they exist, but the experience the young people get, the way they're taught, the way they're trained, is at such a level that it would be internationally recognised as good training and development.
Well, Mr. Khorshed Alam, who are your target group?
My first target group is baseline workers. Because they need skills, because they are the main driving force and they are the more than 80%. Then the higher skill is up to like a pyramid. The top of the pyramid, most skilled people in the particular area is less. But fundamentally, the baseline is main. And this country have now around 4,500 technical skill training organizations or enterprise. Whether they are actually training our people in right way, whether they are actually giving the skill training, whether this training can claim that after getting trained, I can easily absorb in the job market. So this is the big challenge for NSDC Secretariat now. So we are actually working with all our stakeholders. So and setting the standard, not only for the domestic, we are setting the standard as per international level. And we are also working to get our standard recognized by others.
Recognized by others.
By others. Like that's a big important thing. The last 5 years, the ASEAN countries come to a point that they will recognize all of their members, countries and institutions among themselves. Well, so a student getting degree polytechnic diploma from Myanmar easily recognized as the same polytechnic diploma holder in Malaysia. If our student doesn't recognize by Malaysia, then our people get less salary. So we want to recognize our standard with with the countries where we send our people. Well, so Middle East, the ASEAN.
What are the procedures?
Okay. Now this is the process. Sometimes we need to have a bilateral discussion with the country. One interesting thing is that what we can learn from British government and through British Council, that we have a lot of mega projects.
Well,
mega projects, the expressway is coming, but do we have any skilled people to have this type of mega project, or all the workers will come from outside? Because the contractor who will get the job, if he cannot find this worker here, so they definitely they will bring it hire it from India or China or somewhere else. my suggestion to the policymakers, whatever ministry is, if any ministry wants to have a mega project in future, this project needs 3 to 5 years for conceptualizations. From the very beginning of the conceptualization process, if they talk to an NSDC Secretariat that we are going to have this mega project, and this can NSDC get the responsibility to bring the academic or institutions so that we can skill our people before we are actually start our working.
Rahman and Mr. Khorshed Alam, how did the collaboration between the British Council and NSDC come about, Mr. Rahman?
Well, it's a partnership. And so what we discovered through discussions with the office, our office here in Bangladesh, looking for a partner, NSDC.
Looking for a partner.
NSDC was
and they're the partner.
They are.
Yeah,
because we've got an alignment over this. We have got international experience. We have got access to UK experts. 11 or 12 of them have been in Dhaka over the last 2 days, sharing their experience from the UK.
Great.
But NSDC is the Bangladeshi partner. NSDC is going to make things happen in this country, and we are here to support them doing it.
Great, Mr. Khorshed Alam.
I must recognize the contribution of British councils. The last June, we had a visit to UK, and we visited a lot of organizations out of our relevance. The organizations like Sector Skill Council, organization like the Quality Assurance Body, and the Curriculum Development, they have a lot of specialized organization. The function of our Technical Education Board, what they are doing, in the British system, they have 3 to 4 organizations separately to do that job. Our system is one organization. For example, the Bangladesh Technical Education Board, they are the curriculum developer, they are the assessment system providers, and they are also in charge of train the people, especially the instructors. But in UK, the system is totally separated.
Then who is monitoring and supervise the technical board?
The ministry. Ministry of Education. Education. But Ministry of Education have a lot of other things to do.
Exactly.
So that's why the need for a coordinating body like NSDC is emerged, and it is a demand of our business people. They actually demanded that things should be coordinated. We have a very weak system in technical education. The side is a monitoring. We don't have actually
proper monitoring
system.
And then, Mr. Rahman, in your view, what are the challenges?
The challenges are to focus on the whole system, not just on some parts of it. So you have to look at curriculum. You have to look at the professional development of teachers to make sure not just when the curriculum is good, but they know how to teach in an engaging way. They need to have strategies for helping young people learn. You need to have the connection with industry, not just about their immediate needs, but you need industry to say, looking ahead 5-10 years, what are our needs then? We live in a technological age. Things are dynamic. The skills that are needed now, some of them may not be needed in the future, and others will come in. So it's a dynamic situation. So monitoring is important, but also keeping standards high and making sure that people are very clear about them. So that's, I think, are the challenges.
We are almost end of the program. Any concluding remark?
Well, from me, it's an absolute pleasure to be in Bangladesh for the first time. This is an ambitious country.
It's our pleasure also.
And the ambition is shown through the young people. And so I think anything that organisations such as the British Council, who are hosted here in Bangladesh, can do to contribute to the future of young people in Bangladesh, that's what we're here to do. So thank you for the invitation to describe our work today.
Mr. Khorshed Alam, any concluding?
Actually, the concluding remark is that during our times, when we are a student, we are young, we only see things in our book. The difference between our age people and the young people in Bangladesh now, the globe is open to them.
Exactly.
We have to look at their eye to the globe. So then only we understand the requirement and their aspiration, and we can act in the policy level area or any other interaction area to give these Bangladeshis or skill these Bangladeshis for the future. Not only domestic, we have a greater role to serve the globe. So we can make our skilled people a globally acknowledged and accepted skilled people. That is my dream, and I am trying to do my best to realize that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Robin and Mr. Khorshed Alam, for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
বাংলাদেশে ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিল 1951 সাল থেকে তাদের কার্যক্রম অব্যাহত রেখেছে। দীর্ঘ এই সময়ে সংস্থাটি বাংলাদেশের শিক্ষাসহ বিভিন্ন উন্নয়নমূলক কাজে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ভূমিকা রেখে চলেছে। এছাড়াও দেশের জনশক্তি উন্নয়নে এনএসডিসির সাথে সংস্থাটির কার্যক্রম আমাদেরকে আশান্বিত করে। সংস্থাটি তৃণমূল মানুষের উন্নয়নে আরও কার্যকরী ভূমিকা রাখবে বলে আমাদের বিশ্বাস। এই প্রত্যাশায় শেষ করছি ফোর্থরাইট। এতক্ষণ আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে।